Hey guys, this is Jay Calderon with Jay Unboxing here, giving you my personal prediction for the lightweight clash between unbeaten titleist Devin Haney and former world champion Jorge Linares. And before we get into it, just remember this is my take and mine alone. Your take can be left down in the comments. I'd love to hear them all. And as mentioned, this is Haney versus Linares with the WBC lightweight title owned by Haney on the line. This will be taking place at the Michelob Ultra Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada on Saturday, airing live on DAZN if you're watching from home. This is a somewhat under-the-radar fight. It's sandwiched between much bigger attractions, and it could seem like a sort of run-of-the-mill older fighter being fed to the new guy kind of fight. However, if Linares has a bit more left than people are giving him credit for, it could be more of a banana peel than people are expecting, and it could be an interesting fight, much more interesting than, again, most people are assuming. In any event, we're going to get into the details here of how I think either man can go about winning, so let's start with the champion here in Devin Haney. For starters, I think he needs to keep exchanges to a minimum. Now, this can benefit Haney threefold. Firstly, it can keep him calm and composed against his best opponent to date, which Linares is, and that's a good thing, especially for a fighter still gaining experience. Secondly, it will give Linares less chances to land something quote-unquote lucky, if you will, if he's down while the fight progresses. Thirdly, it means Haney can better dictate the pace and step on the gas when he decides the time is right, not just to get into a firefight for the sake of it and give the older Linares a fresher start or something that he really doesn't deserve to be given by Haney if Haney's looking to win. Secondly, I would say he needs to look to land the lead right hand. Haney has quick hands and needs to use them well. He always sets them up pretty well and will do so with jabs or feints. However, to make sure he keeps Linares guessing, what's going to be required is that he switches up from just a 1-2 into just a straight lead right hand that can catch Linares off guard and keep him guessing as to what's coming first. Finally, I think he needs to test Linares to the body. Haney can dig to the body pretty well, and he should ensure that he does so just as early and often as he possibly can against Linares. Linares has been hurt to the body before and is only getting older. Working in a very solid body attack is a surefire way to tire an aging fighter sooner than otherwise would be the case. Switching over to Linares now, I think for starters he needs to land something meaningful early on. While easier said than done, the last thing you want a young, hungry fighter to get is even more confident as the fight starts off. So you have to quite literally knock some of that confidence out of Haney if you're Linares. Land a few meaningful pops early on and you will at least slow Haney down enough to think before he throws, which gives you more time to set your traps and use your experience. A shot that could pay off if used correctly is the uppercut for Linares because he has a decent one, especially on the inside. It's short and to the point, and if he can catch Haney sitting on the inside and in the pocket too much, is a shot that might trouble the American. It'll work, especially well if he takes a step back and lets Haney kind of walk into the shot a bit more if Haney overcommits. Finally, keep your combinations short and to the point. In his prime, at his very best, Linares was a terrific combination puncher and could string together incredible shots. However, a step slower in a year or 3 or 4 older and his hands aren't what they once were. Still, if he has to have a chance, which he's assuming that he does, he has to sort of dance with what brought him. Therefore, when you have the opening, keep your combos short and sweet to the point, then reset. Don't push it. You'll leave yourself open or end up tiring yourself out, again, as a fighter in his middle 30s. Now, my pick here, if I'm picking with my betting glasses on, so to speak, this seems like a rather easy choice. More on the odds in a bit. However, Haney is a very talented, focused, hungry fighter. He doesn't seem likely to slip up or take the win for granted. He's always training, he's always focused, he's always looking to progress. And since this is about my pick in terms of not the odds, but what I think will happen, I'm going to have to side with the American here. In a one-sided decision, Haney boxes well beyond Linares, landing lead right hands and 2 to 3 punch combos on the inside that perhaps can stop Linares. Nonetheless, Haney will still be scoring points, especially if he decides to dig to the body. Have a feeling he sees the final bell if he doesn't retire on his stool, that being Linares, but nonetheless, I think Haney picks up a wide unanimous decision. Now, as it pertains to those betting odds, this is where it gets very interesting. Haney is a minus 1,000, which basically means don't bet on him heads up because there is literally no value in it. However, Linares, while older, not the oldest, while faded, not the most faded, is a plus 900. If you're asking me who I'm going to pick, again, I will pick the American in Haney, but if you're asking me who I'm looking to bet on, it's Linares. Just out of curiosity, I'm probably laying money on him. I'm still, of course, going to go with my prediction of Haney. Still expect him to win. But I have a little bit of money to throw away on this fight, so I definitely will be. And I'll be putting a small, losable bet, so to speak, on Linares, especially with those odds. You never know if he has one more great performance left in him. He may not, but again, it's not the sort of money that's going to pay my bills anyway. It's money that I can't afford to lose. And my prediction record going into this weekend is 12-5-1 with 5 exact. And let me know how you guys have been running. Go ahead and let me know down in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Like I said, your predictions, your bets, so on and so forth. Please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and follow at jcalderon_JOB. You can email me at jonboxing@gmail.com. Would love to hear from you there. Also, be sure to check out jonboxing.com for schedule, results, betting odds, rankings, and more. And as always, until next time.